Now, in this example is where the mistakes will happen, okay? Because a lot of times when we're teaching an example, and a teacher might just pick a random example, but it's going to be a y equals, or they'll have something where both variables are already solved, and students are like, all right, I got it. I understand what to do. And then they look at a problem like this, and if they only remember in their examples to solve that y was equal to something, they're going to want to try to solve for each of these y. Now, could you do that? Absolutely, you could. Is that a lot more work? Holy moly, yes, it is. Okay. So the thing that I want you to look for when you are identifying the substitution method is to look for whatever variable has a 1 or a -1 as its coefficient. Okay. Now, sometimes there might be multiple. You might have x and a y. Well, then it doesn't really matter. Just pick one. Okay. Don't overanalyze it. Just pick one. But in this case, you can see the only variable that I have with a coefficient of 1 or -1 is this one right here. 1 times x, right? Because there's a 1 always in front. So therefore, this is what I'm going to solve for. So I'm just going to write it over here. So x plus a 1/3 y equals a -4. I know we got some fractions. I had to kind of have a little fun. All right, so let's solve for x. Now again, all I simply need to do is get rid of this -1/3 y. So I'm going to subtract that. I'm sorry about that. Just notice I was a little bit off the screen. Okay, so when I now go ahead and solve, I'm going to get x is equal to a -1/3 y minus 4. All right, now again, guys, I can reiterate this a million times because your teacher can only show so many examples. It doesn't matter if you're solving for y, for x, for a, for b, anything, right? The easiest variable to isolate and solve is typically going to be when it has a 1 or -1 in front of it. So we isolate it. Now, what I could do is say, let's just put parentheses around this. X equals this expression. So then I go to my second equation and I say, all right, I need to take this expression, this value, and plug it into for this other equation, right? So now let's go ahead and rewrite this. So I'll use my dark blue. So 3 and then times, and I'm going to put this expression here, plus a 2y is equal to a -3. And I know we got these fractions, but this actually isn't that bad because what's going to happen here, and let's actually do a quick little check too. Do I now have one equation? Yes. And does that equation only contain one type of variable, which is in this case is y? Yes, it does. Okay, we're good. So now let's go and use our method here. We have multiple y's. I have these parentheses. I need to get rid of them. Make sure, again, these parentheses are so important, guys. If you don't put these parentheses in here, you're just going to multiply the 3 times the -1/3 y. Okay, it happens all the time. I even make this mistake. That's why I force myself to put in those parentheses. So force yourself to do the same thing if you're one of those students that makes mistakes. Now, some students will forget 3 times a -1/3. Remember, this 3 can be rewritten as 3/1. These are reciprocals of each other, right? Anything multiplied reciprocal is 1, but it's a negative. So therefore, I'm going to have a -y. And then in this case, I have a 3 times -4, which is a negative dulce, plus a 2y equals a -3. Now I can combine my like terms, -y plus 2y. Owe me an apple, but you have 2 apples. Then you give me 1. So therefore, I have a -12 plus y is equal to a -3. Then all I simply need to do now is add a 12 over to the other side, and I get y is equal to a +9. Now again, not done yet, right? I found y, but I still need to go ahead and solve for x. Now again, the cool thing is we have x solved. X equals a -1/3 y minus 4. So let's plug it in. So x equals a -1/3 parentheses 9, because I'm replacing the y with the 9, minus the 4. Again, remember or think about this 9 as a 9/1. So 3 is in the denominator. You can take this 3, divide it into this 9. Since everything's separated by multiplication, that's going to leave you with a 2, right? Because no, that's going to leave you with a 3. Don't want to make those mistakes. Sorry. That's going to leave you with a 3. So 3, and then you multiply it, still that negative happens there. So it's a -1 times 3, divide by 1. So we get a -3. So x equals a -3 minus 4. You owe me $3. You borrow $4 more. You now owe me $7. But now x equals -7 is the solution to this equation. X equals -7, y equals 9 is now the solution to that system.